A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant escalation of tensions between the United States and Venezuela, the U.S. government has announced new sanctions targeting 3 nephews of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, namely Franqui Flores, Carlos Flores, and Efrain Campo. This move coincides with President Trump's declaration regarding the seizure of an oil tanker near the shores of Venezuela, further intensifying the ongoing political and economic standoff. The sanctions also extend to Panamanian entrepreneur Ramon Carretero, alongside 6 companies and 6 Venezuelan-flagged vessels, all accused of facilitating the transportation of Venezuelan oil. The U.S. Treasury has accused Carretero of aiding oil shipments for the Maduro regime, emphasizing his business ties with the notorious Maduro Flores family, including various joint ventures. On Thursday, the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, released the comprehensive sanctions list aimed at restricting the sanctioned individuals' access to any assets or properties within the United States. The new measures are designed to prohibit U.S. businesses and individuals from engaging in any transactions with the sanctioned parties. Financial institutions that fail to comply with these restrictions could face severe penalties or enforcement actions from the U.S. government. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent stated in a press release, "Nicolas Maduro and his criminal associates in Venezuela are flooding the United States with drugs that are poisoning the American people." He further emphasized that under President Trump's leadership, the Treasury is committed to holding the Maduro regime and its affiliates accountable for their ongoing illicit activities. This latest round of sanctions is not the first instance of political maneuvering between the U.S. and Maduro's family. In October 2022, Venezuela released 7 imprisoned Americans in exchange for the U.S. freeing Flores and Campo, who had been incarcerated for years due to narcotics convictions. The duo was arrested in Haiti during a Drug Enforcement Administration sting operation in 2015 and subsequently convicted in New York the following year. Carlos Flores had previously been sanctioned in July 2017, but was removed from the Treasury's list in 2022 during the Biden administration, which aimed to promote negotiations for democratic elections in Venezuela. The U.S.'s recent actions come in the wake of a series of deadly strikes conducted by the U.S. on alleged drug smuggling vessels in the Caribbean Sea and Eastern Pacific Ocean, resulting in the deaths of at least 87 individuals since early September. President Trump has justified these military actions as a necessary escalation to curb the influx of drugs into the United States, asserting that the U.S. is engaged in an armed conflict with drug cartels. When questioned about the ownership of the seized tanker during a CNN interview, Trump remained tight-lipped, stating he had not spoken to Maduro recently and declined to disclose further details. In a strong response, the Venezuelan government has condemned the seizure of the oil tanker, labeling it an act of international piracy. In an official statement, they declared, "In these circumstances, the true reasons for the prolonged aggression against Venezuela have finally been revealed. It is not migration. It is not drug trafficking. It is not democracy. It is not human rights. It has always been about our natural wealth, our oil, our energy, the resources that belong exclusively to the Venezuelan people." Venezuela has announced intentions to appeal the seizure to all available international bodies. When asked about the fate of the oil being transported by the seized tanker, President Trump quipped, "We keep it, I guess." As the situation continues to unfold, the implications of these sanctions and military actions remain to be seen, with both countries entrenched in a complex web of political and economic challenges. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.